So what does it look like for the next 12 hours for the Western Cape?
Alright, so I think the system is still over the southern areas of the country. We're still expecting much more of the showers and rain to persist along the central and the eastern areas of the Western Cape province, spreading all over to the Eastern Cape province. I think the Eastern Cape is where now we look at much more of the warnings for tomorrow, where we have disruptive rain, not only limited to the eastern parts of the Western Cape province, but as the system starts to exit the country, we are still expecting heavy rains to persist over the central and the eastern parts of the Eastern Cape province and most parts of the western and the central parts of the Eastern Cape from tomorrow. And more of the showers and rain are still expected today, especially over the central and the eastern parts of the Western Cape province today.
Officials noting that initially you had classed this as a level 7 alert, but since Friday it's been level 9, which officials characterize as a doomsday alert, if you will, or doomsday situation that is playing itself out. What is the warning level for today and tomorrow in the next couple of days?
Yeah, so they differ in terms of the areas. The southern parts or the south coast of the Western Cape province today was left at orange level 5, which is an impact-based warning that suggests that we have a significant impact, with the likelihood of the showers and rain happening being medium. Now, when it was moved to a 9, it was because it would be severe in terms of what the impact would do in some areas, as the previous disaster management people have explained that in terms of the water depth and the flushing away of infrastructure, it was not only limited to informal settlements, but every area could be formal or informal, which is why it resulted in severe impact base with a medium likelihood of it happening. And as we've seen, it is currently still happening. So moving on to today, that's when the eastern parts then was then downgraded to a significant level with a higher likelihood of happening, especially over the eastern parts of the Western Cape province. However, the central and the western parts of the Eastern Cape province spreading over to tomorrow is still expected to have a yellow level 4, which is a significant impact-based warning with a low likelihood of it happening. However, the southeastern areas of the Eastern Cape or further southern parts or along the eastern coast of the Eastern Cape, we still expect an orange level 5, which then says the impact will be significant, but the likelihood of the impact happening due to rainfall and flooding is that of being medium. So we're still expecting more disruptive rain along the coastal areas, especially over the southern areas.
Authorities in the Western Cape noting that they haven't seen something like this before. There's never been a level like this before, especially when we speak of level 9. And so what is driving the weather patterns in the Western Cape and in the Eastern Cape?
So we have a system called the cutoff low weather system, which is an upper air system, which usually brings cold conditions over the Cape provinces and the southern parts. Usually will also bring some showers and rain in winter over the central and the eastern areas of the country, but it's not only limited to winter, but spreads over to months like now, where when we have the system, we know to expect cold conditions as well as some showers and rain. With that being said, tomorrow the eastern parts of the Eastern Cape is yet to also experience some snow within spring, as well as the Drakensberg mountains are yet to see some snow as the freezing levels drop as the system is about to exit the country.
What about other parts of the country? What to expect weather-wise? It's quite windy in Johannesburg today.
Yeah, we're expecting severe thunderstorms over Gauteng and the eastern areas, which would cover Mpumalanga and Limpopo, which are yet to bring about more of the damaging winds than it will bring precipitation. However, it's not limited to not bring precipitation, but the main thing or damage or impact that is yet to be experienced is the strong winds with the thunderstorms that are expected in the afternoon. And when we spread over to tomorrow and days to come, it looks like showers and thunder showers will remain over the eastern parts and the southeast coast, spreading over to the east coast and covering KwaZulu-Natal with scattered to isolated chance of showers and rain still expected throughout until Thursday, and then conditions start becoming better from Friday, where we see some warmer conditions over the central and the eastern areas all over into the weekend.
Right. Just to reiterate, when will the storms leave the Western and Eastern Cape?
Alright, so it starts improving from day after tomorrow and remains in the eastern areas where it will cover the central and the eastern parts of the Free State Province, Eastern Cape, KwaZulu-Natal, as well as Gauteng and Mpumalanga and Limpopo from the days from tomorrow. That's when it remains in the eastern parts. The southwestern parts start to clear up, but cooler conditions are still remaining with some partly cloudy conditions in some areas.
Lehlohonolo Thobela is a forecaster with the South African Weather Services. Thank you very much for your time.